Hey peeps, today we are going to do some multiplication. So I want to show you how to multiply using the area model, and I want to explain why the area model and the standard way are really doing the same thing. So we're doing the area model in a lot of schools, not always the teacher's choice here, and I understand that it's difficult for the parents sometimes to understand it when they didn't learn it that way. We understand most of the teachers didn't learn it that way either, but it is a way to break down numbers by place value and really show kids when you're multiplying that when you're multiplying the 2 by the 2, it's not multiplying this 2 is worth 2, right? And this 2 is worth 20. So it really breaks that down and shows kids that place value does matter when you're multiplying. So I want to start by showing you how to set this problem up. So first you want to look at the numbers. For a 1-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem, you're going to have a box that looks like this. And I know that because I'm used to doing these problems, but the way I know that is I look at how many digits there are. There's 1 digit here. So I know that one side is only going to have 1 row. So that 2 is going to go right here, and I only need 1 row for the 2. However, this number has 2 digits. A digit is any number 0 to 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those are digits. It's one number basically. So 24 has 2 digits. It has 2 and it has 4. So since it has 2 digits, I saved some room because we need to write our numbers in expanded form. The reason I was able to just write 2 here is because that 2 is already in expanded form. So 2, we know the expanded form is 2. It's only 1 digit. The 2 is in the ones place, it's worth 2. The 24 is a little different. Let's start with the 2 in 24. That 2 is in the tens place, so it's worth 20. And then we'll look at the next number, the 4. We know we do a plus sign in expanded form. I always like to think we're expanding the number out with plus signs. The 4 is in the ones place, so it's worth 4. So next, what I always do is I look to see where I have a plus sign. And the plus sign, I'm going to extend that line down to make a box. So now each place, the ones place and the tens place, has its own column here. Now what we're gonna do next is I want you to put your finger, if you're doing this along with me, in this box, this first box here. And when you do that, I want you to drag your finger up. So we're gonna do 20 and then drag your finger to the side times 2. So we're gonna be doing 20 times 2. What I like to do is start with just 2 times 2. I know 2 times 2 is 4. And then I count how many zeros are in the numbers around. So 2 doesn't have any zeros, but 20 has 1 0. Okay, so I get 40. Next, I want you to put your finger in this box. I want you to drag up. You see you're multiplying 4, drag to the side. You see you're multiplying 4 times 2, so that's a little easier, right? 4 times 2 is 8. Now, if it helps, over underneath here, you could write out your multiplication facts. This was easy numbers, right? But say it was 8s or 9s or 7s or 6s or even 4s or any multiplication fact you struggle with, it might be helpful to write the facts down here. You could do 4 times 1 equals 4, 4 times 2 equals 8. Because you see here, you're multiplying the same number. Here, it would have probably been more helpful to do it for the 2s because you're multiplying the same number out. All right, now what we do to get the answer, because right now we've done some work but we don't have the answer yet, is you add all of the numbers inside the boxes. So we're going to add this number and this number. We're going to do 40 plus 8. You get 48. Some of you probably know how to do that problem in your head. 2 times 24 is 48. It's easy to multiply by 2 sometimes when there's no regrouping, because you can do 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4. That's just a mental math trick. Now I want us to take a look at the traditional way. I just want to explain how we're doing the same thing. So we start in the traditional method by doing 2 times 4. We do that ones place times the other ones place. 2 times 4 equals 8. And next we're going to do 2 times 2. I just want to point out that we just did 4 times 2. And here we did 4 times 2, right? Okay. Now let's go back to our traditional. Now we're going to do 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. We have 48. I want to go back to our other way. Here we did 2 times 2, but we added a 0, and it made 40. So we did 2 times 20 to get 40. Well, here, you technically did 2 times this 2, which is equal to 20. That's an ugly 2. Is equal to 20. So you did the same thing in each problem. I know that we who learned this traditional method think it's a lot easier. We like it better. It is faster, I will tell you that. But for students who struggle with their multiplication facts, who struggle with regrouping, and who struggle with place value, I do find the area model to be a more effective way to get them to multiply correctly, and more importantly, to be able to identify their own mistakes. I can look at a student's work when there's a box like this, and I can tell them exactly which box they got wrong, or if they added incorrectly. So that's very nice to be able to get them to correct their own work and check themselves, so that when they are doing a problem on a quiz or on a test, they're able to go back and really check their work well to see what they did wrong, if they think they got it wrong, or after the fact of a test, they can go back and check their work. So please comment below if you guys have any questions. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I hope that it was helpful. Thank you.